Why does everything kind of suck now? So last week I found myself in this situation where basically I was going to this event. I didn't realize what the dress code was. And then I found out and I was 5 hours away from my house. So last minute scramble, I end up buying a dress from Anthropologie for like $200. And Anthropologie has like a ton of cute clothes, but I think I was like really surprised by the level of quality in there in a bad way and how expensive the clothing was. Like for $200, I expected a dress to be more than just cute. I expected it to be constructed well. And walking out of the store, it had threads coming off. The hook and eye was already broken as I was leaving the store, but it was like the only option and the only one that they had in my size. Are we kidding? I know I'm not the first person to point this out, but it feels like quality is really dropping. And people are just getting used to and accepting these flimsy, threadbare, and just straight up like bad quality things. Obviously, the companies making the garments are trying to maximize profits, and in doing so, they are cutting quality. And really, that's like they are the ones to be held accountable here. And like we're not completely helpless in it. They'll stop making low quality stuff if we stop buying it. There's like kind of a lot to unpack here, but I don't think it's as easy as like just stop shopping at Anthropologie or stop shopping at Zara or Shein. The big thing though is that everything has to be just good enough that it can be monetized. Like look at the follower count of beautiful, beautiful people. And I'm not even saying that this is a bad thing. I have 100% made sure that I look good when I am appearing on camera. But when all you need on the surface is to look good, I think that trickles down. It doesn't really matter if the dress falls apart after you wear it once, if it looked good in pictures. But here's the thing about quality. Like it really matters. Now I know what people will say, which is like, what if we can't afford quality? And I think that that's valid. And I know for a fact that buying secondhand designer, I have spent less money in the long run than if I just bought everything that I thought was cute on Zara's website. Because I find these things that not only do I love, but it's going to last me much, much longer. But even if designer, whether it's secondhand or I guess like off the rack, isn't in your budget, there's a lot of better alternatives than just going to Zara or just going to Shein or Princess Polly or whatever it's called. Like there's a huge difference between a sweater on Zara's website versus a vintage Gap sweater. And with less than a minute on eBay, I literally typed in vintage Gap sweater and it was the second result. I found a 100% wool sweater that is also navy and is less than the Zara sweater. I totally get it. It can be really intimidating because you never know what you're gonna find, and sometimes you do have to be patient and kind of search around for a little bit. But that's fun. It's like a little treasure hunt. And then once you finally get it, it's like this, ooh, oh my gosh, it's so exciting. Honestly, even like other fast fashion like Uniqlo is much better than something like Zara or Shein. Overall, I think it comes down to education. It can be really hard to educate yourself because like where do you even start in understanding what denotes something high quality versus low quality? And I think accounts like Andrea Chiang is like a great example. I love her account, but she does such a good job of like breaking down why things are worth it versus not. Basically, these companies will pretty much always do shady things to make an extra buck. But if we stop buying low quality, not only are you no longer subjecting yourself to wasting your money, but eventually like they'll have to stop making it. And that starts with education.